Before the game, we talked about how the Clippers, they were able to shoot you out of games, and tonight they shot 51% behind the arc. What do you think was the biggest cause of them getting those points?
Yeah, I mean, our closeouts were shorter than they needed to be. We were, as much as we told them that you got to close all the way up to make it put the ball on the floor, we were closing that far away, and that's all they need. That's all they need to get those shots up. So, yeah, it was a step slow on our closeouts. There were a lot of times when I looked out on the floor and saw a bunch of tired guys who played hard last night. And we're trying, we're really trying, but didn't have the requisite energy to do what we needed to do. And we paid for it tonight.
That's what I was going to ask you too, Coach. Was it just when those defensive lapses could look from the players being tired from the last night's game?
I mean, at the beginning of the game, we were closing out short, and we got to a point where we fixed it and we're doing a little bit better. But then there were definitely times where I looked out there and I was like, man, these guys are beat. And after a heck of a game last night where they tried their hearts out and where they were all like so into the game, tonight was a rough one for us, obviously by the score, but even more just like the hard part as a coach is when you look out there and you see the guys trying as hard as they can and they're just like dead tired. So yeah, that was a big part of it.
Coach, there was a 4-minute stretch in the beginning of the game where it seemed like Dennis had his fingers all over the game, whether he was talking to guys, directing traffic, or being the point of attack on defense. How important was that for you, just seeing that, even though he's only been here for about a week or less?
Yeah.
So you have an impact.
Yeah, it's big. It's big. You want guys, first of all, who come here and want to be here. You want guys who come here and want to help the other guys. And especially in the situation that we're in, we need guys who are willing to pull someone aside and help and communicate. And, he adds to our depth, our guard rotation. So, yeah, it's very important. And he was one of the guys who I looked out there and I could see he was trying so hard. And there was actually a point I tried to take him out of the game and he was like, just leave me in. And let me see if we can get back into it. So I like that competitiveness about him.
Coach, it seemed like early in the game, you guys lost Kennard a little bit. You kind of corrected that and he was still making shots. How frustrating was that? Yeah,
it was frustrating. It was definitely frustrating because there were multiple possessions where we were up into him and then he'd give it up and then get it back and we were up into him again and he would just make it over a high hand or a contest. And that's why he's one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. Sometimes good offense beats good defense, but I do think we were just a step slow tonight when it comes to getting to the shooters, and that was like basically the whole game plan was the shooting, and they proved us right as far as our game plan was correct, where we knew that the shooting would be the biggest part of the game, and they made 18 threes, which was the difference in the game.
Coach, can you talk about the Jalen went through a small slump this season, but heading into the All-Star break, he has really turned it around and playing like the number 2 pick in the draft. Can you just talk about his turnaround and how much influence you had on that?
Yeah, I mean it's a group effort. It's me as the head coach. It's John Lucas who works with him every day. It's Robbie Keck who works with him every day. It's Rick Higgins who watches film with them every day. It's Willie Cruz who works with them in the weight room. So yeah, it's a group effort, but it's Jalen. It's Jalen's willingness and want to get better and take criticism and get better as a result of it, and stay as even keel as he is. It's just for him to be as young as he is and still have that like even keel mentality even though there are times where he gets down a bit, he stays with it, and he is finding that consistent effort and like the habits that he's forming are paying off. And like I told the group before the game, you form a habit by doing something, not just once like we did it last night, but game after game after game, day after day after day, practice after practice after practice, post-practice. I mean, you see he's getting his shots up, pre-practice, he's getting his shots up. So yeah, he is growing and learning, but we all have a part in it, but it's him, it's Jalen.
Coach, speaking to the group after the game, this is obviously going to be a long break. What was the message that you sent to the guys who want to recharge? Or...
Yeah. So I told them, you know, obviously this was a rough game, and I told them that they need to get away from basketball for a little while. This is an opportunity to do that. I told them that we have 20, I believe it's 24 games after they get back. So they can't go the whole stretch of 6 days and not touch a basketball or not run on the beach or, you know, ride a bike or they have to do something physical to keep themselves ready. So when we come back and we go to Orlando, we're in our best condition to play and win a basketball game. So I also told the guys who are going to Cleveland to enjoy that moment and don't take it for granted, because it's super special. Like, it is special that those guys are going, that we have 3 guys going, and they need to soak in every minute of it, because first of all, it's not given. Second of all, they earned it. And third of all, you just never know what the future holds. So you can, like, this could be a moment that you look back on, and it could be something that propels you, or you remember the first time when you were at All-Star Weekend and you were in the Rising Stars game or dunk contest like Jalen is, or whatever. Firsts are memorable for everybody. So these guys should really, really take the time to enjoy this time in Cleveland.
And last question, Adam Spollen.
Hey, Stephen, are there areas that you feel like this group, collectively has really improved on since the start of the season?
Oh, for sure. For sure. We didn't necessarily show it tonight with our defense, but knowing where to be, when to be there, we are on it. When it comes to walkthroughs and watching film, I could show 10 clips to our group and ask them right then and there, what was the mistake that was made? And 3 guys will speak up and be like, oh, I was the X-Man, I should have been there. All of our terminology, whether it's double teaming the post from the top, double teaming the post from the baseline, whether it's our switching, our blitzing, our scrambling if there's a small guy, scramming our weak defender to the weak side, all of those things, they know. Now it's the consistency of doing it. But in order to get to that consistency, you have to know it first. And I am proud of the guys for knowing all of the new things that I'm throwing at them, all of the terminology, all of the coverages, all of that on the defensive end, and then our spacing and what we're looking for. And you could ask our guys what we're looking for on offense, and they all know, like pass aheads, the slot drives, the kill cuts, all that stuff. They know it all. They know it all. So that says that they're learning, they're growing, they're listening, And just think about a team who has been kind of has been having all these things ingrained in them for not just 50 games, but for a few years. And I think you'll see a pretty good product.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.